Sama Yasha'Allah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Achad. That's hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaRachakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. All right? And the title of this lesson is going to be The End of All Things is at Hand. The end of all things is at hand. All right? Keep your eyes on the prize, Akim. And in these times, man, we see the collapse of this current society, of you brothers that are here in the Americas, within the United States. You see the collapse of this westernized civilization. You see the brink of the dollar coming into extinction. You see anarchy on the rise, civil war, race wars, class wars, you name it. And if you're a brother scattered abroad across the four corners, you also see a global digital dollar, all right, being pushed to the forefront, as well as different earthquakes in diverse places, all right, plagues, pestilence, you name it. Okay, let me get this one real quick just to start it off. This is 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. It says, I'm going to start at verse 8. 2nd Esdras 6 and 8. I'm going to start at 7, Salakia. 2nd Esdras 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? All right, and as it is written, Jacob held the heel of Esau. All right? And ultimately, Jacob holding the heel of Esau is a symbolization of the men of the Lord and the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, pulling down and pulling out the leadership of these so-called white men, these Edomites, these Amalekites, all right? And we see it through the spirit and it's prophecy. And ultimately, to be of that number, to be of the elect, is greater than anything you can accomplish here in America, across the four corners. Any job, any position, hitting the lottery, hell. Being of that number, man. Because if you think about it, our rulership is going to extend past this society. It's going to follow up in the kingdom of heaven. So if you obtain a certain rank in the society or a certain position, ultimately at the end of the day, that only lives up until your death. But if you're the elect, you have been with the Creator from the beginning, all right, from the foundations of the earth. Okay? And that's something to wake up every day and fight for, man. Because you have jobs in the society here in America that people wake up early for and devote their time to. But if you're striving to be of the hopeful elect, every day should be a new battle. Every day should be something you look forward to, pleasing the Lord, pleasing your brothers. So it says, verse 8, and he said unto me from Abraham and unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob hand held first the heel of Esau. All right. And if you wound your heel, that's like a crippling of your body. If your heel is wounded, you can be a fully fit individual, but if you get a heel injury, it'll be as if you're not able-bodied anymore. So that's likened unto the prophets taking down this society, man. All right, hitting that heel, bruising that heel, right? And we're doing that through prophecy. We're only doing what the Lord has sanctioned us to do from the beginning if we be of that number. Because remember, you have no free will. The Lord controls your steps. He guides your thoughts, your whereabouts, the things you do. So ultimately, the Lord is in control, man. The Lord is in control of these elites. The Lord is in control of these presidents, these vice presidents, these ambassadors, these world leaders, man. The Most High controls them, man. The Most High controls what they eat for dinner. So how much more his precious elect? So it says, verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. In the beginning of it that follow it, all right, is going to be the elect being beamed up, beholding this place on the sea of glass, coming back down, laying law on these heathens, all right, getting these Amalekites out of these underground bunkers and the clefts of the rocks, and ruling in the kingdom of heaven. So it's time for a new age, a new eon, all right? And it's going to begin with Jacob, Israelites, all right? So-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, man. And I wanted to name this lesson, the end of all things is at hand, man. Because the Lord required us to have a certain mindset in these times, to be stable, all right, to be forward thinking, be critical thinkers, man. This is 1 Peter 4:7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right, you got to use the name of the Lord in these times, man. You got to use those Hebrew prayers, all right, the Lashawan Kodash, all right, which means the holy tongue, okay, in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, right? You got to use the necessary tools that the Lord has given us in order to make your calling and election sure, man. To pray, which when you go into that word pray, means beg. So you got to beg the Lord, man. We need Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in these times, man. And me and the brothers, the Akim, talk about it all the time, man. We say, man, these people out here, they don't believe in the Lord, man. They don't believe in the high power. They trust in their own goods. They trust in the strength of this society, even though it's crumbling, all right? Like you have somebody that drops a vase on the ground and all the glass shattered, and you see somebody with a broom and a sweeper trying to pick up all those little pieces and just salvage what they have. That's likened onto 2/3 of our people, man. And you heathen nations, you're trying to piece together this society, man. When the scriptures clearly tell you that the end of all things is at hand. Be sober and watch. All right, verse 8, it says, and above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. So you got to give to your brother, man. You got to give to your inner circle, your Akim. All right? You got to be charitable. You got to do it selflessly. All right? Without thinking on it. I'm saying, man, like the scriptures tell you. The scriptures even tell you, if you have something and a man asks it you and you have it that day, you can't just not give it to him. If you have it. If it be in your power to do so, man, give it to your brother, man. The Lord is building a different house, man. This is not like those houses that are made by the hands of men. This is a spiritual temple. So we ought to present ourselves as a living sacrifice and a testament to show forth the beauty of these scriptures, man, that the Lord has given us. Get this one real quick. Because the end of all things is at hand, man. This is 2 Ezra 16. And 37 it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, right? You start having those contractions. And those contractions, they let you know, they alert you and tell you that, hey, your son is on the way, your daughter is on the way, getting closer and closer. So that's likened unto the day of the Lord getting closer and closer. You see pestilence, plagues, famine, uproars, earthquakes, violence. All right. All these things are getting, the word I'm looking for is they're increasing, man. And that's showing you that, hey, Yahweh Shai is getting closer and closer to delivering his hopeful elect. So it says, as when a woman, verse 38 again, as when a woman with child, and that man child is Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It says, in the 9th month, bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child come forth, they slack not a moment. I mean, they're constantly coming. And that's like the day of the Lord. The scriptures tell you that, all right? What will I be if it already be kindled, man? The Lord come to send fire upon the earth. So this place is going to be on fire, man, when Yahweh Shai returns. And Yahweh Shai is going to fulfill that meaning of his name, man. Deliverer. Okay? It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And the elect are going to be pilgrims, man, as pilgrims, right? Temporary mindset of this society. That's the mindset we have to be in. All right? And it's going to explain that. It says, verse 41, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. You see that mindset of temporariness according to the society, man. Hey, I'm not going to have this for long. But does that mean you don't keep it up and make sure you have a roof on your head? No. But you have to think spiritually, man. Does that mean, hey, man, I'm not going to have this car for long. I just won't put gas in it. I won't get it all changed. No, man, you keep up. You do your due diligence and keep a roof on your head, get your daily bread. But stay in that mindset that you're not going to have these things for long, man. You want to give it all for the Lord when it's time, man. So it says, 41, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth is one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise is he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses and take their children captive. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And that's the times we're coming into, man. All out pandemonium, havoc is going to take over and consume this society, man. That's why the scriptures tell you this. I'm going to get this one and I'm going to get out of here. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. You see? So in your security, man, in your house that has all the cameras around it and has all the locks on the doors and all the high-tech alert systems, all right? You're going to be destroyed in that, man. So don't procrastinate in coming to the Lord, man. You got to serve the Lord every day with all your heart and all your mind, with prayer, fasting, and supplication, man. All right? Being sober and watch. Sober according to the doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And the apostles. And if you don't believe in that, you're going to see, man, very soon, man. So we shall see. The end of all things is at hand. All right? Samai, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh Achad. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Kal Halayim Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Harak Hakwadash. Double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone who rule well and are worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Aki, and pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Shalom.